Welcome back everyone to Victoria 2, playing as the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth in the mod Napoleon's Legacy, and right off the bat you can tell here that the Crimean War has started between Russia and Ottoman Empire, and in addition to that the French-Ottoman War to cut the Ottoman Empire down in size has started as well. So let's just say that the Ottoman Empire is not having a good time and will most likely be, well, cut down to size. We'll continue on now with the time here. We are currently researching medicine to get a nice population growth going, and we also have an election on the run, and unfortunately my fears were true. You can't skip all the election events, so we'll have to be pestered by them for the upcoming, well, how long is it again? Well, it's only until August, so a couple of months, but it's a couple of months with a bit too many events going around. We are expanding the army, and now suddenly we don't have enough people in them all of it. So this one has all of a sudden gotten, wait, soldiers from Brest-Litovsk, Lithuanian. So we will have to replace all of these guys. Well, how fun, they were just created and now I have to replace them. So we will need one, well, mostly artillery. Mostly artillery. So let's grab 3 of these artillery guys and 1 infantry guy and send them all the way over here to Grodno so they can reinforce. I hate when they do that. All of a sudden they became undermanned. We will go for secularized. If I don't... Some of these guys will have... No, there's a Catholic. But over here there should be some Orthodox, yeah. So we are split with quite a bit Orthodox here in the east, with Catholic primarily here in Poland and in Lithuania, I presume. You could take a look at a Lithuanian territory like this one, for example. Yeah, Catholic, and there's quite a few Jewish people in our country as well. If we look at the entire one, we have 70% Catholic, 14% Orthodox, and almost 10% Jewish. That's quite a lot. And where's the Protestant guys living? Are they over here? There's some Protestant living over there. Is it in Posen and stuff like that? Okay, so it is mostly the Germans over here. In Posen, in Bromberg, in Torun. Or Forn, as I think it's called in... Wait, who else did you call it Forn? Is it the Germans? Forn is a cool name for a town anyway. And we are now stuck with all the liberals. So perhaps we will become a bit more liberal country. The liberals currently only have 27% of the voters' ideologies. But 61% are conservative, so... Conservative are... in the majority, easy majority as well. We could choose to leave our sphere of influence if we become a secondary power, which we're not. But we are under the French, so I don't mind being protected by the French. It will serve us well. How did it go there in the Crimean War? Let's see, can we get the peace offer? I want to see the peace offer. And we got a flu pandemic, crap. I hate when they come. Accepted peace from... cut the Ottoman Empire down to size. That's not going to be good, especially when they got another one immediately after, enforced by the French Empire. And the war is mostly at a standstill. I assume the French haven't been sending most of their troops to help out in there. Sardinia, Piedmont? Shouldn't they just be called Sardinia then, since they don't have Piedmont anymore? Doesn't really matter, does it? Unfortunately, the problem with being in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth position is that we have to attack one of the 3 major nations here. Prussia, Austria, or Russia. The good thing is though with, for example, if we attack Prussia, then we would get the help from the French Empire. Unfortunately, they are allied with Austria, or with Russia, so perhaps Austria is a more interesting proposal. Austria does have a... You know, they have quite a few allies here with the Bavaria, Kingdom of Italy and stuff like that. So they have a decent sphere going on. Punish the reactionaries. Sure. Krakow. Did it say Krakow became 20... Oh god, they're 55% liberal. Good for you, I suppose. Krakow. We are losing people now due to the flu pandemic, which will be lasting until when? Ah, that's December 1841. That's quite far away. That is quite far away. How's it going now with our intellectuals? We are up to 1.66% of the population as intellectuals. We are educating more. Masovia and West Galicia is at least up to above 2%. So perhaps we should switch them out to some other places which have a lower than that. Yes, we can spread it around and then we will go back and add it up to 4% in total. Another thing I'm interested in seeing is administration. Yeah, we're doing better there as well. The investment there is helping, so that's good. That is very good. And suddenly our population is allowing for more units to be recruited again. So perhaps we will. Medicine is almost done here in the 15th. There we go. So we got that out of the way. We have idealism. It's always good. Let's go for that. Furthermore, after that, I want positivism, so we can get extra education efficiency. And after that is when, you know, our interests can diverge. But I do like that we are fairly advanced just right from the start when it comes to commerce and not really culture, because we have put a bit more effort there. But we got romanticism at least this time. I wonder, you can only see, for example, their army tech and their naval tech. The French Empire started with 7 in naval tech, just like us, so I assume these are unlocked for most nations from the start. Or perhaps they're not. How is the British Union, for example, doing? They have quite a decent fleet. I wonder if they have any predisposition when it comes to the British Empire based over here. Do they hate each other more, or are they, since they're British both, perhaps they can reconcile and become friends? Since they are on 2 different geographical locations, don't really have much to do with each other other than being British. Then again, I assume since this is a republic, then the ones ruling the nation will be quite fiercely anti-monarchists. Meanwhile, the British Empire will be fairly salty about losing their main nation. You can see here, Toronto is currently mostly Anglo-Canadian. But also some British people. And I'm assuming since the British Empire here is actually Anglo-Canadian, but the British is accepted culture, which means that they won't really be assimilated. The British will stay their own kind. Here we have French-Canadian. I always like that Quebec has, you know, Quebec speaks French. I always find that interesting. Fascinating when you look back at history and can see that, oh, well, the French colonialism here actually left its mark. It can be visible to this day, even though it was a long time ago since they lost that area. Okay, the infantry, artillery. Wait, we need some more artillery. There we go, just having a bit 3 more, and then yeah, I definitely hope I'm not in the paper, so they can print, unless I'm in it. So will it become, you know, a movement for campaign for free press? How close would I be to go for free press? Well, only 28.48% of the upper house would vote for it. So our conservatives are quite in power, quite. And we see here ideology. Well, the liberals they're growing due to all of these events. 31.2% are liberals now. 58% are voting for the Conservative Party, which is a bit more than the ideology. That's, I'm assuming, is the ideology of all the people, and not all the people can vote. It's only the rich and the middle class that can vote. The people who own land, I assume, perhaps own property. Perhaps they do. Army growing, but we still need to pick out a target. If we can count on French help. Oh god, who are they fighting against now? Is it still the same war? It is actually the same war. And meanwhile the Ottomans are fighting against Tripoli. I mean, if someone was playing Tripoli, this would be... the wars that the Ottoman Empire has been going through would be a godsend. But even with that, there's no way they can win. There's really no way. Tripoli just has so few people in it. 125,000 is not that bad. I would assume it would be less than that. The French is invading through Ottoman Tunis here. And is this Serbia going around? Is Serbia trying to assert its dominance? Where Serb liberation of southern Serbia. Interesting, interesting. Could we support this? War subsidies? Sure, we will give war subsidies. Unfortunately, we're losing a lot of money. I'm tempted to tax the upper class in the wake of all of this. Or perhaps add tariffs, but since we are in... we might as well. It's 5 per day. It's not that much, but it's better than nothing. And then tax the upper class as well. We need the money. We're still going with a deficit though, and quite severe such as well. It is the increasing education costs that are... and, well, the military spending as well, it doesn't help. As well as this. It's not very good. So our army is actually costing us quite a bit. Here it is, a beautiful army though. A very beautiful army, but it costs us money. I'm assuming we need to get our administration up to speed, at least until... Okay, so we're closing in on getting to 2% intellectuals. And when we got into 2% intellectuals, I think we will promote a bit more bureaucrats to get them up. Just so we can get our administration up to speed. We need 1.3%. Well, you have healthcare, trinket healthcare in fact. What? Really? We do? That's news to me. Yeah, we do. We do have trinket pensions, basic school system. Interesting. Trinket subsidies even. Am I paying any subsidies at the moment? I actually am. 43. Pensions. People are getting paid for being old? No. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. It would be nice to have Ostpreußen. To have Königsberg as our nation, but there's a bit too many Germans living here, which is scary. But there's Lithuanians and Polish and stuff like that living in other places. In these areas. We need to liberate them. I'm starting to sound like a certain someone from Germany, aren't I? Or actually they're from Austria then. Certain fella. Acquire state. We could do that. We could acquire state from Austria, but we will, you know, have some ice in our bellies. Is that even an expression in English? We just take it a bit. We'll take a chill pill, right? Take a chill pill and see what happens in the world. There we go. Oh, 5 prestige. Wonderful. We needed some prestige. And positivism is a fairly quick one, especially now when we have more intellectuals and more plurality. So as you can see here, the daily base research points is at 5. And that's what the intellectuals increase. They increase the base. So everything on the above daily base research points is, well, what, you know, the base comes from. And we get 2.76 base research points from intellectuals at the moment. And then plurality is a multiplier on top of that. So that's why getting 5% plurality is pretty darn effective. Because it's 5% more of 5.21 at the moment. So currently we have the improved technology and plurality and daily research points and stuff. You know, basically just from those two sources. Plurality and improved technology, we in total get 12.39 research points per day. Which is nothing to sneeze at. But as soon as we get more of the base here, higher literacy gives higher base as well. Full intellectuals give 3 research points per day, and civilized nation, if we were, for example, a great power or a secondary power, we're actually close to being a secondary power now, we will get more. So we will need to aim for that. Nothing that will lose us anything. That's good. I don't want to lose anything. The flu pandemic is now over. The flu pandemic that, well, ravaged our country last episode. So it's over and now our population is finally growing again, which is wonderful to see. It's wonderful. Unfortunately, this problem is erupting again with undermanned brigades come into existence. So we will need to cleanse those and make sure to supplement it with troops here. Wait. Pan-nationalist fervor. Long live Poland! Yep, long live Poland. We need to have one more hussar and one more infantry. Hussar and infantry. There we go. Send them to Grodno. Our army is still costing us more. If only we could get some factories to alleviate the problem here. We could get factories, but it would cost us more money than it would be worth. But perhaps it would be worth it anyway. I think that Masovia will be... Oh. Why can't we build this? Only produce imports. What? Really? Oh, clip your files. Okay. Money needed. Holy shit, we don't have enough money at all. We can't even build our own factories. What the hell? It's unacceptable. But we are closing in on those 2%, and after that we will get some more bureaucrats. Perhaps they will help in relieving us of this pain. Or perhaps we will lower land unit spending there for a little bit. And perhaps we will lower military spending to 90%. Just so we can gain some money. Just so we can gain a little bit of money. Just a tiny sliver is all we need. I'm tempted to see what the British Union will even try to do. They are the third greatest power in the world at the moment. Behind the French and behind who? Russia, I assume. Yeah, Russia. You know, Russia, there's been no major changes to Russia compared to vanilla Russia. So that's in their favor, but I wonder if it will be more stable than Russia is usually. Well, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. Egypt has gotten more territory, and now Ottoman is split here. Iraq is still with the Ottoman Empire, but cut off completely. Egypt is uncivilized, but free from Ottoman influence. Serbia lost this war, or at least they got white peace from it. Prussia is doing what exactly? They still only have Sigmaringen. They lost their alliance with Russia, who have now replaced them with Austria. Is that election again? It was just an election, you know, 2 days ago. Or 4 years ago. So if we declared war on, for example, Prussia, we would get French help. I'm hoping. Oh, they are going for the Prussian Empire, or Persian Empire again. That's cool. Oh, and now we are a secondary power. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We could now, if we had a really bad diplomatic relationship with the French Empire, we could leave. So I like that you can do that. You can manually leave a sphere of influence. You could refuse to be under the sphere of influence. That's a nice touch. It's a nice option to have. But to remain as, you know, this nation here, we have Mexico, and they have 4 points behind us. Mexico could go ahead of us. Definitely they could. But let's hope they don't. And this one will enrage the people who believe in pacifism or support pacifism. So this one will give us more jingoism without any adverse effects. Wonderful. Yeah, people becoming more liberal. Jingoism as such is now the dominant issue in our nation, that and free trade. People are a bit split over which one is the most important. Yeah, okay, be a bit more liberal, for all I care. Do whatever you want as long as you provide good things for me. Okay, this one is done. Functionalism is now the next area for us to go for. Oh my, the Poznan Uprisings. The German population of the Poznan region and the nearby province of Turin have launched a major uprising against our troops in the region with the goal of reuniting with Prussia. Though they failed in Poznan, they were successful in Turin, and Prussian troops have moved into the area to occupy it. Shall we permit these dastardly Germans to steal our land without a fight? No, we shall not, and this one will cede Katowice and Turin to Prussia, as well as completely ruin our prestige. That doesn't seem like an option really for us. So where is Katowice? Where is Katowice anyway? Oh, it's over here as well. Oh my! Well, Prussia currently has a decent army. that is true. They do have a decent army. We also have a somewhat decent army. We could fight Prussians. We don't really have the economy for it, but we could fight the Prussians. But unless we get French assistance in the war, it will be a very dangerous fight, because it could end up with us losing far more than just these two regions. However, if we went for this, we will still see them, but we would acquire a state casus belli on Prussia. And they would acquire a state casus belli on us. Oh crap, this is a difficult choice. A very difficult choice. Either way we will lose those two regions. The question is if we would want to be dragged in. The problem here is that if we won that, we would get back Toruń, and we would get the rest of West Prussia, including Danzig, which would be wonderful to have. Wonderful. Just pure wonderful. The problem is they will get an acquired state casus belli on us as well. I'm assuming for Posen. So they could end up with us losing all of these areas over here. The argument for going with we aren't strong enough to fight is that it would look much better on the map if we lost Posen. And these areas as well. It would look better. The map, the borders would look better. But I don't think it would be worth it just yet. So yeah, we will actually, and this will be a cliffhanger of sorts, we will take a break here and we will see the resolution and the option we pick in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this video, so if you did, then please consider clicking like and to subscribe to the channel. More is coming, and until then, have a good one.